All right, welcome back, Nerd Bytes.
Nerd Bytes.
Pat loves doing that. We are here to finally determine the best pizza that exists in the world, right?
In the St. Louis area.
Oh, not in the world? Okay.
Not in the world.
In the St. Louis area, yes. We didn't travel to Italia or anything else fancy like that.
No.
But we did get a chance to really sample some pretty cool pizzas that you can find locally. Real quick, before we get into it, let's introduce some of our guests. Actually, let's say hello to my co-host here.
Hey,
Hi,
man.
John.
How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are
Long
you?
time no see.
Long time no see, yeah. We've been recording episodes all day long.
Yes.
In our new fancy room.
Our new fancy room.
And now this is being broadcast via video. That's not the right terminology or the way you even say that. I don't know why I said it like that.
Broadcast
we
on
are
the
recording
interwebs.
this via video. Jesus, that's not
For
even
the
right.
YouTubes.
For the YouTubers.
For the
of the world.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
All right, enough for me.
Instaface?
Let's hear from two of our other special guests. First off, we have Mr. Eric Barnhart. He is the co-host of Optional Skate Blues, one of my favorite podcasts. If you're into blues, please listen to that. But anyway, thanks for coming.
Yeah, appreciate the plug, Justin. And yeah, glad to sit down and eat some pizza with you guys and drink some of Lambert's bourbon.
We've actually, exactly right. Yeah. Let's just all mooch off of Lambert. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
And it's also important. This is going to be the third episode you'll hear him on. And so we've been very lucky to have him give his opinions on both pizza and bourbon that he's having.
Cheers.
Today. Our final guest is he's what we call
He's a regular.
a frequent flyer. Mr. Pat Abaricia. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. He's like one of our resident bourbon aficionados. We're not talking bourbon today. We're talking pizza, but we are
Drinking it.
Some people are sampling it and drinking it. Everyone actually is. So, all right. Real quick recap of previous episodes. This is really important. Okay. It's not really that important, but it's important for those maybe who have listened to the previous episodes.
It's context.
We were able to sample we decided upon the best local pizza, the best chain pizza, the best regional pizza, and then the best store-bought pizza. So today, we've basically got Papa John's was the winner. Papa John's Pepperoni Original Crust was the winner of the chain pizzas.
Yes. And Mellow Mushroom was the winner of the regional pizzas.
That's right. And then we also had local pizza, Amis deep dish pizza, which was Barnhart's contribution last episode.
And then the Tombstone store-bought beat out the early favorite DiGiorno, but Tombstone came away with the victory.
Yeah, it really did. Okay, so let's talk real quick about how we're going to be judging this, and then we'll get into some numbers, and then we'll start eating some pizza. So for the listeners and the watchers, we're going to be judging on look, toppings, crust, and then just overall taste. Okay?
I like it.
So without further ado, our first pizza, you guys can all start sampling while I'm talking about it. Our first pizza we're going to be doing is Papa John's. And just to recap for everyone too, we decided to choose in the prelim rounds, we chose the most popular number one selling pizza. So while some of these pizzas are not all pepperoni, all cheese, whatever, we just started to be like best of the best, basically.
Right. I mean, you have to draw a line somewhere.
Shout out Eric Roberts, best of the best. No one else got that? Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna start. Barnhart's gonna start, or we're gonna loop around in a weird way. But we're gonna again starting with look. Tell us on a scale of 1 to 10, what number are you giving all Papa John's? He's currently choking on the piece of pizza that he tried to.
I took like the fattest bite.
Yeah, hey,
I haven't eaten like anything.
Get in there, man.
Basically, since breakfast. So, no, man. So look or taste or look? I'm sorry. Which one? Look. Yeah. So this looks like your basic idea of what a pizza should look like, especially pepperoni, right? It's got some of that darker cheese on it, and you got those kind of thin pepperonis on it too. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give it 7.5 for the Papa John's look.
Pat.
Yeah, look wise, I think they did an excellent job. I'd probably give them an 8.
John.
I'm going to go 7 on look.
Yeah, I like to start out like around a 7, so I'll say 7 as well. I think that it's a classic, traditional. I'm even going to say like American pizza. Like if you're comparing this to, let's say, some type of pizza you're getting in south of France or in Italy or whatever, like it's not quite a margarita pizza, but it is a straight up American pepperoni pizza.
Absolutely.
Toppings. How's the cheese and pepperoni catching you there, Barnhart?
Pepperoni's pretty. You said kind of classic, right? So I think that it's kind of that universal kind of pepperoni that everybody would like. It's not got a lot of kick to it, not really sweet, and the cheese is pretty basic too. I'm gonna go with straight 7 on it.
Pat?
Yeah, for me, like I would say overall toppings, because when you initially look at that pizza, there was, it wasn't as uniform as I would have expected. So some had, 6+ pepperonis, others only had 3. So I'd probably give that more of a 5 for me.
So the pizza artiste should have done a better job of disseminating the pepperoni.
Well, yeah, I mean you have to propagate it appropriately. I mean, we're talking pizza.
I'm just clarifying. I want to make sure that's what you meant.
I'm not
That's
pizza
totally
what I meant.
artiste. His name is Craig, and he gives 2 fucks.
But if you're on the app, you actually can see. Was it Craig?
No, I don't know. I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention.
Come on, Craig.
It's gotta be
All right.
We were recording a podcast. I couldn't pay attention to who was
I
making
really
our
hope
pizza.
it was Craig. If
I hope so.
randomly nailed that,
That'd be awesome.
That'll be
That's
part of
solid.
our recap.
That'd be awesome.
The name of the artiste.
There's got to be a way for me to look at that.
Lambert, toppings.
Toppings, I'm going to go 6.5.
No.
The pepperoni, like I enjoy it, but I guess I just like it a little spicier. Give it a little bit more bite. Just didn't quite have enough for me, so that's why I knocked it down a little bit.
I was a big fan of this. This is pretty good for me toppings, but again, it's just a basic pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni is a little spicy, but enough to give it a 7.3. So again, we got crust and overall taste to wrap it up. Barnhart, you can go just do crust, or you can do crust and overall taste if you want.
I'll do overall taste because I haven't had this specific crust for this specific Papa John's pizza, but I'll go with overall taste. I'm going to go with 6. I don't think there's much about it. It's pretty straightforward. I ate pizza and it tasted like pizza.
We're going to circle back to crust, but I am really curious, what crust do you normally get?
With Papa John's?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like it's just I haven't had this specific.
Oh, you haven't eaten the crust on this
crust
slice.
for no, man, like
Okay.
I'm not a 6-year-old, and I
I
just
thought you were
don't
like-
eat the crust
I'm
for
sorry. I thought you
pizza.
were like, I've never had Papa John's
No,
crust.
I don't have
I
crust.
only get thin crust.
No.
Or in my case now, I only get stuffed crust because
There you
that's
go.
the way to fly now with
Yeah.
Papa John's.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Didn't know that was an
Fair
option.
Oh, well. Change your life.
It is.
Pat?
It's an option now.
So on this one, it's interesting because a lot of the pizzas, a lot of their companies, crust is like the creme de la creme for them. So they slather in butter or whatever it may be, oil. This one is it actually feels fairly light and airy. It's got this like doughy feeling to it. I kind of like it. I'd probably give it a 6. Overall, I think they're closer probably to a 6.5 to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Lambert.
So yeah, you can get that option on this, but that's cheating. So I
There you
I
go.
went plain crust. Just like if you dip this in the garlic butter, it's gonna win.
Oh, it's no contest. Yeah.
It's gonna beat all of these.
You can dip a
pizzas because-
shoelace in there.
Yeah,
It's delicious.
Exactly, because that's cheating. So that's why we're not using that. I didn't get any kind of fancy stuff on the crust or anything like that. So that's why it's a little bit plain. Anyways, I am gonna go 7 on the crust. I like
Okay.
it. Nothing great,
Yeah.
but good, solid.
Side note, the bourbon with Papa John's is not
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 doing
not,
that.
not doing it for me.
Not doing it.
No.
that's a good-
Expensive bourbon,
that's
Papa
good to know.
John's.
Blue,
It's not a mix.
blue note with Papa John's is not good.
No.
7 for me on crust as well. Good consistent number.
That's what I'd
Yeah.
circle back to. Also, yeah, 7.
All right. So Lambert, overall,
Overall taste, I'll give it a 7.
I hate to. I'm gonna go. Just not to be just basic, and
7.1.
I'm gonna do 7.1. You got it, buddy. You know.
Ass.
You know what I'm doing. Okay. Up next, we have our mellow mushroom. Now, Lambert obviously got the Papa John's.
Yeah.
Pat procured our mellow mushroom.
That I did.
What flavor was this again?
The
Cosmic Karma.
Cosmic
Karmic,
Karma,
Is
right.
that what it was? Yeah.
So the Cosmic Karma, just for those of you uninitiated mellow mushroom fans, it looks like it's got tomatoes, it's got some pesto sauce on it, and it's got a little bit of feta sprinkled through there. So it's definitely a very unique pizza. Not quite as normal as normal. Normal's not the right word, but it's not just pepperoni and cheese.
Traditional.
Traditional is a better word.
That's a
I
good
appreciate
word.
that. Thanks.
More PC.
We're going to start with Pat on this one with the overall look.
I think it's great. I'd probably give that an 8.
Okay.
It looks pretty good. Even just, single slice as well as the pizza as a whole.
Lambert.
I agree. I think this is a good looking pie. I'm going to give it an 8 as well.
Yeah, I think it's really cool looking. It's almost got like an Italian flag look to it,
Mhm.
right? Red, white, and green.
Well, and you can see the feta, you can see the pesto drizzle on it, and you can tell that it was obviously handmade. And yeah,
This is a
good.
cool looking pizza. I'm going 8.7.
It's a cool looking pizza.
Look, yeah, I'm going 8.5. By the way, thanks for not coming right to me as I took a bite of the crust on that and skipping
Hey.
and going to Lambert. I appreciate your
Professionalism.
yeah, there you go, man.
Or wherewithal as to what's going on.
Just overall
You're-
understanding of the
Hey,
situation.
your mouth was stuffed. We're going to see it on the screen.
Yeah.
So
You're a
I
good
think
host.
that
First
was
one too.
that was good enough. Pat,
8.5 though. Yeah.
how we doing toppings?
I'm digging the toppings. They all work together. So I probably give that an 8 as well.
Okay. Lambert?
I'm gonna go 8.5. Take it up a notch.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. These toppings, it's got a really cool tang to it. 8.5 as well.
8.5.
They work
Yeah.
well. They definitely work well together. They complement each other, and you can pick them out.
Yeah.
You can pick out the tomato. You can pick out the feta. You can pick out the pesto. Well, pesto's not that hard to pick out because it's pretty strong.
Pungent, stings the nostrils. Crust to Pat.
Crust. I'm digging the crust on this one, even though it has a slight sheen to it, which means that they cheated a little bit, put some butter or oil or something on there. But I like the size of that over the previous. So I'd probably give that a 9.
Ooh, that's a high number. Lambert?
Yeah, digging that.
I am also digging the crust on this one as well. Yeah, they probably put something on it, but again, that might be, if that's what they do to everything, it counts. Crust, I'll go 8.5.
Okay. Yeah, I like the high number as well. 8.7 for me.
Man, I don't get it. It it just tastes like bread. I'm not catching it. I got 6.5.
I think,
That is
I
interesting.
like it.
no, I think I was bullied into giving a high number,
Yeah.
basically what happened. I'm changing my number. I'm going to go down a little bit.
Think for yourself.
I'm going to this time. 7.7.
All right, so knocked it down a full point.
I did.
All right.
Overall taste to Pat.
Overall taste. So that one kind of falls apart. They take care of their customer. They put a shit ton of stuff on there. So that kind of knocked it down a little bit. I'd probably give that 7.5 overall.
What? Hold on. What do you mean? What?
Like you
Explain that
there's,
again.
There's too much pesto. There's too much sauce.
Okay.
Like
So it
my,
was a lot
my
of fan
pizza's
service.
It just fell apart. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
They gave you a lot of stuff, so you appreciate that, but also it just didn't, execution-wise.
Sort of an oxymoron. Yeah.
I
It's,
gotcha.
it's like, yeah, give me all the stuff, but don't let it fall apart. Which is
I can kind of see that. Like
Okay.
they
Yeah.
piled it on
They
there
do.
to where
They
it's, I mean, it's
It's a filling pizza.
got a lot on there.
but
Lambert, you got some
still
number?
works.
Oh, sorry.
No, all right.
Lambert number.
I'm
Overall.
going to go 8.
Yeah, I think
I
I like
enjoy
this. I like this one better than Papa John's. So
I agree.
Papa John's was 7.1 for me. I'm going with an 8.1, full point higher.
I'm going in at a 9, man. I think this is really, really good. Everything that's there, you can taste it and you know it's there immediately. Just a lot of flavors all at once, and sticks around for a minute too.
Good finish on that pizza.
All right. So real quick midway point recap. 108.9 is Papa John's. 131 Mellow Mushroom. Probably no surprises there.
No,
No.
not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, so our next pizza, this was our store-bought pizza, and so the winner coming out of that round was Tombstone Pepperoni.
Whoop, whoop.
Hell yes.
Lambert, you're going to start us off here with the look.
It does not look as good as all the other ones that we've seen, so I'm going to give it a 5.
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, it's a store-bought pizza. It's hard to compare that to the other one we're seeing, and then the one that's right next to it. Like it's hard. It's hard.
I'm going 5
That's what
point.
she said.
I'm going.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, that was a real. I didn't mean to be like this. That was more sarcastic, but it sounded like really seductive. My response. Sorry. Okay. All right, Eric. 5.7. By the way, I'm saying five. I forgot to give a number there. I've got.
Not after the
Don't
call kind of thing there, man.
Barnhart's like
The
don't,
rolling R.
don't go to me next.
Pass. 5.7 for me. What do you got, Bernhardt?
Look, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. 5.5. No worries. Yeah. For all the reasons that were already talked about.
Pat.
Give it a 4.
4. Oh, you guys are just hating on the
bad.
tombstone.
It's bad.
Overall, okay. So now we're doing a little tasting. And Lambert, we're gonna kick us off here. We're gonna talk toppings. We're gonna talk cheese, talk sauce, talk a little bit of pepperoni. Fun fact with this one. It's not even really a fun fact. It's an observation. But this one has those little square pepperonis hidden underneath the cheese, which is a big selling point. Probably why it came through the.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is why it won.
That's why it won. Little nostalgia with
Where are
the
you guys?
square pepperoni. You didn't like that?
From the middle
I
school
don't see
experience. Yeah.
The square pizza.
They're hidden underneath there.
They are. They're there.
Do some
I'm not
investigating,
gonna
man.
Point on your pizza, but like.
I like pizza,
Right
Steve.
there.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not gonna point on your pizza, but seriously.
So what do you got for us?
Toppings. I'm gonna go 6.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really good tasting pizza.
It is.
I like the flavor of this. It's not as much as Papa John's, but I'm giving it a 7. I like it. Barnhart?
I'm going to go with 6. I eat it all the time, but compared to some of these other ones, it bottoms out.
Yeah, same for me. I'd probably give that a 6.5, only because of the lineup that it's with.
Yeah, it's going against some heavy hitters.
Totally.
There it is.
Lambert. All right, now we're talking crust. If you could call it a crust.
The end of the pizza.
It's a hard
Right. That's part of it. Like it just kind of ends, which it's on one hand that's a good thing because you got toppings and everything all the way to the edge, so that's a selling point, but not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 5. I
I
probably could have gone lower, but I'm not gonna hate on it too much.
And I actually like the hard crust there, and it isn't not a lot, but I think it tastes okay. I actually like it probably better than Papa John's.
I
So
agree with you on that
I'm
one.
gonna go 7.3.
I'm going to do 6. If you give me a little bit of ranch with the end of this, then that changes it like the Papa John's.
It's like a little cracker.
Yeah.
It's a 10.
Yeah, for sure. Just 6.
Okay.
What was my score in Papa?
For
Big
what?
Papa.
For crust?
Yeah.
Your score was
7?
a 6.
6? All right. So I'll probably give this one a 7 just because of the taste.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, on to overall taste.
Taste.
Lambert.
It's not bad. I'll go 5.5.
Yeah, and I this is my least favorite of the bunch, but I don't think it's that bad. But again, it's definitely a frozen pizza, so I'm gonna say 6.3. I just like that number.
5.5. Yeah.
5.5. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 for me.
Okay. Just flying through this.
Any more
We're
as far as like, beverages? This would definitely bump up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
We eat this 2 hours.
later in the
Right.
night.
2 hours from now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So our fourth and final pizza. This is the Amise deep dish. Bernhardt, you want to tell us what the toppings are on here?
Meat lovers, man. It is all things meat. It is all things tomato, and just getting after it.
All right. So I'm going to start off, and this is just for those of you who can't see, which is everyone but us four. It is.
Lord. They can see us, man.
Well, I can't really hold. Well, you'll see it. You'll see it on the social. What you'll see here is that it's a different looking pizza, obviously, because it's a deep dish, so the cheese is on the bottom. So it's tons of toppings, a little bit of Parmesan on the top there, right? But then just tomato sauce and just chunks of stuff.
All sauce.
Yeah. I like this the third best. So I'm actually going to put it just below Mellow Mushroom. I'm saying 8.6. 8.5. I want to put Mellow Mushroom. It gets 0.2 higher.
Relax.
Barnhart.
You're 2 tenths.
Well done. I got you, man. I'm not gonna let it just sit there. Yeah, that was solid. A little massage on the shoulders, or what are we doing here? I'm gonna go 825, and that's because I really do think that Mellow Mushroom they had a lot going on. This just kind of seems like it's thrown stuff on top of other stuff, and then Mellow Mushroom really seemed like that was more of a presentation. So,
Pat,
What are we judging again?
look.
Look. Man. So as far as look, this is probably one of my least favorite ones, to be honest with you. Looks undone, just because of the where the toppings sit. So I'd probably give this a 5.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Pew,
Lambert.
pew, pew.
What do you got for the look?
I will go. So I gave Mellow Mushroom an 8
Mm-hmm.
for look. I do agree that does look better, but this is still pretty good. I'll go 7.8. I like, unlike you, Pat, I like the way a deep dish pizza looks.
Sure.
It's a different style. It's probably an acquired taste, just like St. Louis style pizza is for sure. But I'm a fan.
On to toppings, and so I'm going to go first. It's really kind of a cool flavor for me. It's the tomatoes are like when you bite into there, it like just bursts of flavor. It's little pockets of like juice. This is the only appropriate time where you can use the word juice without me getting angry.
Nice.
And I'm going 8.2. On to Barnhart.
Why do you keep burning me on these things? I either have a mouthful of food or you creep me out right before I have to say shit. Where am I at now?
Toppings.
I'm off.
Topping.
You're rating.
I'm going with 9.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm going with 9 for toppings.
Okay.
Plenty there. And meat lovers, I don't think you can go wrong.
Pat.
So I will, score this a little bit higher, just because they give you a shit ton of toppings. Probably go 8.
And Lambert.
I will echo that. I will 8. I will go 8 as well.
I will 8.
I will 8.
All right, so now on to the crust. So I think this is my favorite crust of the bunch. It's got a really great little buttery flakiness to it. It's not the best crust I've ever had, but it's really pretty solid as compared to the rest. So I'm going to say 7.8 for this one. Barnhart.
Yeah, I'm eating over here next to Lambert, and we're both using forks, and he's a left-handed. So we keep bumping bows here.
No, I'm used to this.
If you're lefty, tight.
If you're a lefty, you're used to elbows.
That's why we sit
Yeah,
next to each other. We're both lefties. It works out really well.
There you go. Yeah.
Always got to sit on the end. Always got to sit on the corner.
Except for when we're recording podcasts.
Well, yeah.
Hold on, you got no choice.
Hindsight.
Crust, I'm going with 9. Love this crust. This is the reason that my wife and I keep going back. Really, really good.
Pat.
All right, so I'm going to go with the opposite end of that spectrum, and I'd probably give this a 3.
Buried it.
Reason why is that it tastes like cornbread that's been deep fried in vegetable oil.
Agreed.
And you don't like
And
it's
amazing.
Not,
so you don't like that
fine,
apparently. Okay.
just not with this pizza.
Okay, I was say according to your number, it's not fine.
What are your numbers?
Garbage.
Dog
Yeah.
All right, how about a 4?
I didn't mean to
I'll be
coax you out of a 3.
I'll be fair.
Okay. Lambert.
Be fair. So I also enjoy this crust a lot. I'm going to go 8.5. But again, previous comments. To enjoy this crust, you have to be able to enjoy a deep dish.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat, I don't think deep dish is your game.
Babe, I don't know, but I don't even know what I'm eating.
He's upset about it now.
He's tearing it apart.
Yeah.
He's deconstructing it.
Savage.
Yeah.
Okay, the last category, overall taste. So I'm going to go first. This is right up there with Mellow Mushroom, but for completely different reasons. So I'm actually going to just bag out and tie it. 8.1 for me overall. I could eat either of those and feel very fancy while doing it. Very sophisticated and refined. Finger up for sure, pinky up. The other two, though, those are let's have a good night, and then, or maybe even had a good night. Let's throw those in the oven, order it, ready to roll. Barnhart.
Yeah, I'm going overall taste. I'm going 8.5. Love it. It's deep dish pizza is definitely, or Chicago style pizza. What the fuck?
Pizza.
That's a spicy pizza.
Pizza. too much of this
Me English.
bourbon here.
Speak
man.
good.
That's impossible. 8.5, man. I'm going to shut up talking now.
Pat, what do you got overall?
Oh
Taste.
man, this is tough. So like, I literally deconstructed, as you can see. It's
Yeah,
like
did.
you got these.
You tore it apart.
You got these like big chunks of God knows what meats and more meats. We had the meats.
All the meats.
And that kind of turned me off a little bit. So I think the worst part of this for me was the fact that it's a double decker. So it's like you sit there and you build your pizza, cook it, and then all of a sudden you put this other pizza on top of it. So like that middle part doesn't get as cooked as much to my liking. So I get it. That's deep dish. But for me, I'd probably give that maybe a 5. It's right in the middle for me.
What did I give the shroom?
You gave the shroom 8.
8. I'll go 8. I like this. I'm copying you.
Tie it up.
Tie it up.
All right. So the numbers have it, and it's probably a little bit how I felt it was going to wrap up. Does anybody have some guesses as far as what's the least favorite one?
I mean, that's easy.
Yeah, it's Tombstone.
Yeah.
Swimstone.
Tombstones.
Then followed
Papa John.
not actually so closely with Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Mellow Mushroom and
guessed Papa
Amise
John.
were up there duking it out, and I think when it comes down to it, it's if you get people that are deep dish fans
Yeah.
or artisan pizza fans, that was kind of what happened when we were trying Katie's.
Yep.
It
Well,
was
that's when we did this
Yeah.
one, yeah.
the group was more into deep dish. I think if Pat was there,
Right.
the numbers may have been switched because a little more artisan.
Yep.
We're
So
probably
having said
having
that,
Katie's.
The winner of the
Squared.
St. Louis Pizza Challenge got a little cosmic karma from the old Mellow Mushroom.
Ooh.
Mellow
Cheers.
mushroom.
Congrats.
So cheers to Mellow Mushroom.
Well done, Mellow's mushroom.
Well done.
This was a lot of fun. I think we're going to have to do a little bit more bracket style types of food / drink, especially now that we're transitioning into a little video. What do you think, Lambert?
I think so. I think there's a lot of different options.
Yeah. Well, Barnhart, thank you for our first of many nerd bobbleheads.
Yeah, man.
As we populate the table, just remember, you started it off.
I'm excited.
Before we do that, though,
Dark Lord of the Sith in there, man.
Yeah. I mean, basically, maybe not the most powerful Sith, but that's for another day.
He's pretty close.
I do want to ask one quick question, though, before we wrap this up to everyone. This is really important. Barnhart, you start. What is your favorite Will Smith song?
Oh man, I am so
there is a right
very
answer.
glad that you asked this. The callback is to a recent episode of Optional Skate Blues. Whenever that was one of our fan source questions, and the best Will Smith song, bar none, is "Wild Wild West."
Ooh.
Now, is it just the song or also the music video?
It's
Because that does take it to another
It's
level.
got to be the
it's
music. video.
everything. Yeah. Whenever you hear Will, and again, this is what I said in Optional Skate Blues. Whenever Will says, "You don't want to see my hand be where my hip be at," and he just puts it down to the side. Oh man, that's a great day. Anytime you can see that, that's a good day.
So, Pat, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
I want you to answer that
great.
same question, by the way.
Ooh. For me, it's probably getting jiggy with it.
It's acceptable.
It's a pretty good
That's
song,
yeah.
Acceptable.
and it's a fun video.
It is.
They're all
It is.
fun
And
videos.
it's almost like a sequel to Going to Miami, but it's like the same. Looks like the same. They're having the same dance party, but now they're instead of going
Right.
to Miami, now they're there and they're getting jiggy with it whilst in Miami.
Exactly.
Whilst.
in Miami.
Got to drop
Drink.
that word.
All right. Lambert, we're gonna keep this going.
It's getting jiggy with it because it was the theme to our junior prom.
I think it almost disqualifies it.
Well,
Lambert must have had a better junior prom than you did.
Maybe, or he was maybe there longer. Wink, wink. Mine would have to be Men in Black.
Okay.
That's a good
There you
one.
go.
The Men in
another
Black.
good
That's why I
one.
asked the video question because you
Yeah.
throw the video in there. That's all. They had
There
their
you
own
go.
dance moves.
they're
It was like a
great.
choreographed.
Yeah.
I can do it. I won't do it right now. You must be just bounce with me. Just bounce. All right. Okay. Well, this
I
is
think all three of those are solid answers. Again, Barnhart will say that there is a right
There
answer.
is a right answer.
I mean, what,
yeah.
Those
what are
three
we
are
talking
pretty
about
good.
here? We were talking like 3 out of 5?
how dare you? He's
But
got-
but it's my question. So.
he has a robust library, by the way.
Discography.
Okay.
Discography.
of
Just
Will
a
Smith,
plethora
man. It's
of
good.
of
man.
songs.
Plethora?
Millennium.
Well, this took a turn, and I figured it would.
You did that on purpose.
Let's go ahead and wrap up the old pizza tasting. Hope you guys enjoyed this. All 4 of these pizzas are fantastic, but if you want to know the best as far as we're concerned, check out Mellow Mushroom. Definitely go to Amise. One last few thank yous. Pat, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Barnhart, Optional Skate Blues. Check it out. I really can't say enough great things about it. It's awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Yep.
Lambert,
Hey,
love you.
always good, man. Always good
Always
time.
have.
Always, I love you. Always have.
And
Nice.
with that,
Drop the Braveheart reference too. Let's go.
and with that,
Freedom!
everyone have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Nerd Bytes.
Nerd Bye.